Okay, CFTA. What's up, everybody? What's wrong with these seats, guys? Why are you so far? I can't. Anyone who's really supportive of the art scene, I'm going to guilt trip you. Please sit up front. Occupy these seats so we have eyeballs to contend to. Dante, thank you for volunteering. What's going on?
Never mind.
No, you're comfortable where you're at? Fine.
I'll sit up here for now.
Thank you. Yes. Teacher's pet.
What?
Anyone else?
Go back to the back.
Okay.
Uncle Tom.
Oh. You're failing class. Right there. Dante, you can get an A+. Thank you.
Do you know that that's how in my elementary school they caught a pedophile. So he used to this one guy when I went to elementary school, he got caught. Is because he used to make all the good-looking girls sit up at the front when they wore their skirts.
Are you implying something?
I'm just warning you, Dante.
Dante could have
Dante. Detention after class.
One time I said you're a friend.
Okay, guys, a few announcements. We have new CFTA swag, as you can see. So one is with a mouse, be famous, and we have the CFTA logo. Soon enough, you'll think they're going to be cool and you can wear them. One is $29, and the mouse one is $35, plus a little bit of government fondling. Tax. Second, we are live streaming every open mic. So, after the show, you can go straight to YouTube and watch the entire show. From now on, CFTA will be streaming. You can also check out our website, CFTA Live, CFTA.live, and join the newsletter. We'll work on that and keep you informed of all the events. And before I introduce your host, how'd you guys like those posters for this week? Did you see them?
They look good.
Of Joe?
Yeah, they're good.
They're good, eh?
They were a post-up.
Yeah, they're working as they're supposed to. So the posters, I see all these comments on the posters. Like, that's really cool, wow, you look so good, or whatever. And Joe was like, thank you very much. And I'm like, what the, jeez, I made those freaking posters. But then I was like, you know what the truth is? I didn't make those fucking posters. AI made those posters. I can't do that. Artificial intelligence requires you to input a little prompt and boom, there you go, like magic, and that's the world we're walking into. And speaking of AI, I'd like to introduce someone with actual intelligence, your resident host for the month of April. A warm round of applause for Joe Botello!
Guys, thank you so much. If you don't know me, I'm Joe Botello, and if you can't tell, I just got fucking dentures! Woo! You are going to suffer through 2 hours of me doing that the whole time. So Dante, thanks for sitting in the front row so you can collect all my saliva. And then you can clone me. Not that you want to, but... I'm Joe. I don't know if a lot of you guys know me, but I'm going to get to know you guys. I'm very excited. I love open mics. I think they're very important. And again, number one thing about open mic is have fun and just do whatever the fuck you want on this stage. There are no rules. The only rule is just to have fun with the ideas that you guys are bringing. So I'm going to talk a little about what happened today. Going to work on some material right now. Actually, I am a little nervous about having dentures, not because I do comedy, because it won't affect my real job, which is roofing. I'll just fit more in with the other roofers. Only they lost their teeth through meth. I lost it from poor dental habits. That's how I lost mine, and great. Also, it won't affect my love life with my wife, because I haven't had sex with her in a long time, so that's alright. Will make eating her pussy a lot better, though. I think that I asked his daughter, did I lose my teeth from pussy eating? He's like, that's not a thing. So you're stupid. I think it's these ads or some ads I run online sometimes for shows. I got recognized today, and today of all days, I got recognized at Shoppers Drug Mart when I was buying my very first bottle of Polydent. And the guy goes, hey man, do I know you? You're a comedian, right? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm a comedian. And he's like staring at me, and he doesn't really, he just knows me. I'm like, you watch me perform on a show? And he's like, no, just from the ads. I'm like, and you still didn't come to a show. Great, awesome, they totally work. Wicked. Because everyone that said like great posters, none of them are here today. There's none of the people that like the poster showed up, they just didn't care, they just liked the poster. I like the poster too because I just look like a fatter Tom Segura in every fucking photo. Every single one. Also, shout out to the guy talking about pedophiles. I've only known him for 2 minutes. He's talking about pedophiles the whole time. And literally, he got up with a slice of pizza, which is code word for pedophiles for children. I don't know if you guys know this. Literally, the guy talking about pedophiles gets up with pizza and goes, hey guys, I thought I'd give you my input. I love little boys. I don't know, what's your name? Sir, pedophile guy?
Neil.
Neil?
Hey.
Neil?
No, I don't know.
Sorry, what was it?
Neil.
No way. That's me.
You're sitting next to him, bro. You're like pizza and boys. Yum, 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 yum. Can't wait. You're talking about a teacher of fucking kids. That's so wild. I used to work for a school board. I was a janitor. Never fucked a kid, though. They don't fuck janitors. I tried. I'm like, you want to fuck me? They're like, ew, gross. You're not a teacher. Even kids have standards, and they wouldn't fuck me. Like I said, no rules, whatever. Just do it. Again, no, it doesn't matter. It's an open mic. Anyone not a comic here? Are you guys comics? Oh, you guys are audience members? All right, cool. Please don't ruin these two the whole night. Like, they're here watching open mic. Thank you so much for coming up to an open mic. Can you tell that I have dentures? Like,
A little bit.
Is it
You
just-
hear the slur a little bit.
God damn. Oh, you'll hear some slurs if you come to work with me. Slur it all up. Sorry, Dante. But yeah, I'll slur it all up. I can't believe what that guy said. Oh my God. That's fucking racist, dude. Of course you believe it. I can't believe it. That guy kind of looks like if I had a son 20 years ago. Same receding hairline. Same dad. God, we both ate my wife's pussy. Like father, like son. Nice. No rules. Do you guys like comedy? You guys big fans of
Of
comedy?
course, yeah.
What's your favorite thing to watch? Like, who's your favorite?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Nice. I'm a little bit like Bill Burr. Only my wife's not black. She's native. So that's. And I'm also angry all the time, but I'm not a millionaire. So you like Bill Burr too?
Yeah.
Nice. You guys listen to Bill Burr together?
Sometimes.
Not
Like
like
in-
often, like I'll see some clips and watch some specials and all
And you guys, I'm assuming you're a couple. Are you a couple?
Yeah.
Nice, good. You listen to it before you guys make love, maybe?
He has a very soothing voice.
He does.
Really
He's
good.
like, fuck her harder. You like the Boston accent. She's like, wants to go to a Bruins game. She's the only woman in a Bruins game that's wet. That's going to be weird. Sorry. Like I said, don't do what I'm doing. Don't do it. Again, this is open mic. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting it. What else do I want to talk about? But yeah, getting old. I kind of, it's where my wife's going to be 50, and she's not handling 50 at all. Like, she's not. I mention it, and she fucking loses her mind. She goes, stop fucking reminding me. I'm like, I can't help but mention it. I keep tripping on your nipples. They're on the ground. You're going to be 50. But I like getting older. I mean, sure, dentures is getting used to them, but I like just not giving a fuck anymore. Like, someone will come up to me and is like, oh God, these elections are coming up. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna wake up tomorrow and put boots on and go on that roof. It has not changed for 40 fucking years. So I don't care. I don't have to pretend to care either. That's another thing getting old is great. So you look at old people, the old men look so happy. Like, this is a version of old man I want to be. I want to be so old where I can just go to the public bathroom with a coffee at the urinal and still drink and piss and not give a fuck. I saw an old man once go to the urinal, just put his pants down all the way and piss at the urinal like that. Like, my wife will see an old lady on a bench by herself, she'll get sad. I'll see an old man on a bench and go, finally, fucking freedom. That's what you achieve when you're old. You get freedom from everything. Like I said, some of them are big bombs. Do you guys want to think about? You guys could come up and do an open mic. Do you guys sing or anything? We can do anything. If you want to sing.
I don't do anything.
All right, cool. But it's very open if you want to come do some comedy. What else do I want to talk about? It's the elections. This is what, again, the open mic. Look at your notes. Don't be afraid to look at your notes, guys. Don't be afraid to tell jokes that you've been telling for a long time.
There's no notes.
There's no, I have notes. It says Pete Van Dyke, very fuckable. Oh yeah, no one knows you, Pete. Okay, I've been married a long time. I've been married a very long time. I don't think after 20 years of marriage you should be allowed to be in the same car as your wife. I feel like fighting after 20 years should be done at home in a safe space. Because like every time I go with my wife and I'm driving with her and we fight, I just feel like just ending the fight forever. Just never fighting again. Just driving. And I love life. I want to live forever. I want to live so long I bury her. But I mean, there's times when I don't think we should be driving and fighting. Like, I was never able to handle driving and getting blowjobs. And I don't think I can handle driving and fighting anymore. It's fucking me up, man. But being married for 20 years, or over 20 years, I feel like you should just quit stuff after 20 years. Like, my son's 20. I'm done parenting him. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I'll come downstairs and like, oh, you're watching horse porn? Cool, let's do this together. We're bros now. Like, he's like, Dad, I'm thinking about doing drugs, what should I do? I'm like, go ahead, bring them home, let's do this together. I'm not your dad anymore. We stopped doing this 2 years ago, buddy. All right, we're going to start the show. It's going to be a lot of this. And part of why I'm doing this, too, is like, I really want to get to know the Hamilton scene a lot more, so I'm going to, hopefully we get to know each other over the next 4 shows, and maybe you guys won't show up next week. I don't know, but hopefully you will. But her first comic, I have met her a couple times. She's really cool. Her name's Gabby Watts. Gabby, just before you come up, just a little. I don't really know you that well. I know you enough to creep you on Instagram sometimes, and like you. I'm like, make sure it's not past 11 o'clock to like these photos. Anyone else? Is that just me? But Gabby, Gabby, how long have you been doing stand-up for? Oh, there you go. I was looking at Paul. I'm so sorry. You are.
I'm very pretty, thank you.
You are very pretty. I would pull your hair while doing it from behind. It would be so good. And after 20 years, another thing after 20 years, I think I'm gonna start being gay. That's all I'm saying. Paul, message me later. So you've been a year, Gabby?
Yeah.
What made you get into stand-up, Gabby?
I walked by the CFTA and was opening that day.
Oh, nice. So you've been doing a lot of comedy here? Applause, yeah, applause. Well, wait till after this. We don't know how bad it's gonna be. No, I've seen you before. You're very funny. But how long did you think about it? You just saw the room and you're like, oh my god, what if it was like a massage parlor? Would you come here and just start jerking guys off? I don't know. Like, what made you what's your? Have you always thought about wanting to become a
I
comic?
woke up from a dream and I had a Charlie horse and I thought a whole thing about Charlie horses. But that was like 10 years before I actually did it. I was like, I should do something about that, and then I did.
Nice. So have you done a Charlie horse joke?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Did it work
I can
out?
tell it to you guys.
All right. I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. All right, we'll get to know everyone a little bit more, but thank you, Gabby, and put your hands together for your first comic, Charlie Horse, Gabby Watts.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Gabby Watts, and here's a joke about the Charlie horse. So, you ever have a Charlie horse and you think, are Charlie horses native? Like, First name Charlie, last name Horse. Like, Crazy Horse is native, right? So Charlie Horse could be like the less crazy, but like grabbier cousin, Crazy Horse. And then also like, have you guys seen Twin Peaks? No. Yeah, so there's a guy who crawls in a bed with you, he's like the villain. And he's like ambiguously native, Bob from Twin Peaks. So I just pictured like Charlie Horse crawls in a bed with you and grabs their leg. But in Twin Peaks he rapes you, so it's a little different. Yeah, I wanted to, Joe was talking about getting old and how guys look forward to getting old and women don't. I get a lot of ads on my Instagram for like Botox and skin cream and stuff. But I'm a very contrary person. I don't like being told what to do. So I've decided that I want to age so badly that when I'm old, I just want to go out for Halloween as myself. It's like, what else is a witch besides like a scary old bitch? Yeah. I think it's interesting when guys who think they're straight, or like who are straight, whatever, see a hot guy and then they're like, oh, that guy's hot, I bet women think he's hot. And then you're like the only woman there, you're like, no, I don't. But you do, so. But yeah, that's what I think bisexual men are, just straight guys who would. I did genuinely believe that. Ask a straight guy what he thinks about Jason Momoa and you'll get some sense. I'm attracted to short guys more than anybody else. Well, of guys. Tall women, that's another subject. But I don't like the term short king, because I feel like it's like trying too hard. Like, you're not a king, you're just 5'7", it's fine. But also, I reject it because I feel like when I watched The Lord of the Rings, I really understood my place in the world when I saw the hobbits. And I was like, I just want another hobbit, you know? The king is Aragorn, if that's a human. The hobbits get to save the day and then go home to their beautiful place and drink mead or whatever. So yeah, no short kings, I don't like that. I was talking to my comic friends about whether or not I should wear heels on stage, because I was like, it's uncomfortable, but I feel like it looks cool. And of course they all said, just be comfortable, because they're all wearing sweatpants and they look like they just roll out of bed. But if a guy could wear something that hurt his feet, but he felt like made him look 5 times hotter, like he would wear it, right? I mean, I guess there isn't like a suit tight enough to really be like that, but I don't know. I feel like some things are underrated and overrated at the same time, like lettuce. Like, lettuce is in everything, it's just like a filler food. But do you ever just like eat a piece of lettuce? It's so good. I feel the same way about doctors. Like, doctors can like save your life and sew you back together. Quite often they just have nothing. They're just like, anyway. Seriously, doctors either like save your life or just like we don't know what cancer is. Like, they should just give us drugs. Oh, that reminds me, before weed was legal, in some states of the States, it was like semi-legal, but you had to like pretend you had back pain. Do you guys remember that? Like in California, it was like this cheesy doctor is gonna like act like you have back pain. And I thought that like, with ADD, that I thought it was gonna be like the same thing. Like, we wanna get uppers, so just like go tell the doctor you have like a problem with doing the dishes or whatever. But like now everybody believes they have ADD, it's really disappointing. It's like, I thought you just wanted uppers and you had to lie. This is not gonna work at all, but I just wanna say that redheads can't stop wearing a green or blue coat. Does anybody know what that means? You guys ever met a woman who's a redhead? And she just like has to have a green coat. It's like brings out your red hair, like it's insane. Yeah, I was thinking the other day about gentle parenting. That's what they call it when you like don't hate your kids. Just so weird, right? And I was thinking we don't call it like gentle husband. Like, what's a gentle husband? Like, he doesn't hit me, he's nice. And people like disapprove, like, oh, he needs to hate you. That's so crazy. I'm kind of flabbergasted at how much people hate their own kids. Like, you love someone and you make a kid with them, and then it's like a new person that looks at them, who came out of your favorite part of your body, and then you hate them? Like, what? That's really weird. Don't make your own people to hate. That's fucked up. I think it's crazy when you're looking at like a house listing and it's like near schools. Like, yeah, all houses are near schools. Like, that's how zoning works. Fuck man. Oh, really? It's near school? I've been hitting on guys since I was 15, and I highly recommend it. If you like someone, you just ask them out. So I was thinking about Carly Rae Jepsen and her song Call Me Maybe. Because she's like, oh, I'm being really forward, here's my number. But like, you don't have his number. You're so bad at being forward. Like, that's not, I don't know, it's not right. I feel like the best backdoor way for guys to be a little bit bisexual is by watching MILF porn. Because the guy in the MILF porn is always like a really young twink. Like, the MILF never fucks like another old guy. It's always like a vulnerable, like 18-year-old who's really skinny and has like a giant boner. So if you're into MILF porn, maybe you secretly are also into twinks, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. When I was a kid, there used to be arcades, which were like a place you could go and put a coin in and play some video games. And now everybody plays video games at home, but like, do people also just get molested at home? You can't do everything at home. Guys will get mad at you and say, go to the kitchen and make a sandwich. Like, you know, stay in the kitchen, woman. But it's actually like a pretty generous request because a sandwich isn't even cooking. Like, you just stumble, like anyone can make a sandwich. That's not that mean. You know, smear some mustard on a piece of ham on a thing. Okay, let's close on this. These are all new, in case you can tell. I feel like everyone is equal and no one should feel inferior to anyone else. Unless you're one of those people that instead of inferior says less than. Because we already have a word for that. And I'm like, how fucking stupid is that? Anyway, that's my time.
Guys, keep it going for Gabby! Just a reminder too for everyone, like even for myself, there's a clock here too if you guys need to look at your time. But yeah, Gabby talked about porn. A lot of guys talk about porn all the time. I don't think MILF porn is a gateway to bisexuality. I think watching trans porn is 100% the way. And I know because I've been watching trans porn for a long time. I feel trans porn I think the porn made me accept, like before trans porn, I was like the typical 40-year-old guy, look, they're dudes. After coming to a whole bunch of them, I'm like, she's beautiful, she is amazing. So it's like, I feel like if I have a problem with anyone, I have to like watch that porn of that person for a long time. That's why I keep telling my wife, I'm like, just do OnlyFans so I can finally give you my heart back. But yeah, I think trans porn is a gateway to solve everything. It's so weird too, like when you get older, like coming is harder. Not like, just mental. There's a lot of mental stuff to come. Like you need to be stimulated and like sometimes I can't come right away, so when I'm like fucking my wife, I just say her cousin's name, and then I come real quick. And then I leave because she's about to fucking murder me. She's done. Alright, cool. So, like I said, open mic, let's have some fun. Or not. Actually, bombing at an open mic is actually really fun. It's really fun for you guys. You're like, look at that guy living his dream. Can you believe I've been doing this 10 years? No, you can't. I suck at it. You think someone working 10 years or something would fucking achieve something, but no. Hosting open mic, that's what I got. Brand new dentures, paid for by comedy. No, it wasn't paid for by comedy. Paid for by all the racial slurs I said on the roof. Every single one I said is another $10,000 in my thing. Okay, anyways, who's your next comic? Oh, Paul, what's your other name? Okay, Paul, I'll just get to know you. You kind of look like a beautiful lady.
Thank you very much.
How long have you been doing comedy for?
1.5 years.
1.5 years?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Love it.
What do you do for work? Like, what's your job?
I'm actually talking about it. I work in film.
Film, nice.
Yeah.
I'm also an independent filmmaker. If you guys haven't seen my stuff, that makes sense, because I'm an independent filmmaker. But that's cool. What made you get into comedy? Well, why comedy?
Therapy.
Therapy?
Yeah, therapy, yeah.
Therapy told you to come here?
Therapy told me to come.
Wow, I'm going to say this, fire that therapist, because this makes everything worse. My wife used to hold my fucking hand 10 years ago. Now she won't even look at my Facebook, so I'm just kidding. I make her look at it while we fuck. I just put her head on my phone and I look at my Facebook post, like it. Oh, sorry. Are you married, Paul?
I am not. No.
You're not married?
No.
Do you like guys, girls? What's up?
Girls.
Nice. Have you ever fucked another guy's wife?
Not that I know of, no.
We'll talk after. All right, guys, put your hands together for your next comic, my new fuck buddy, Paul.
Give it up for Joe. Yeah. Like Gabby, most of these are new, so bear with me. Might as well start with that. I do work in film. I work in visual effects. So I work for a visual effects studio in Toronto. So I'm going to break an NDA tonight. Been meaning to for a long time. How everyone's pissed off at Disney for changing the races of their Disney princesses. Little Mermaid, they changed her and Snow White. Well, Nickelodeon's going the other way around. Their next live action film, they got Jessica Chastain to star as Dora the Explorer. It's called Dora the Explorer and the Island of Trash. She has to travel across the Gulf of America to stop the sex workers in poverty extreme regions, otherwise known as Swiper. And she's going to yell at them, "Swiper, no sex trafficking." That's all I got for that one. Let's see. So 2025, I decided that this year I'm not going to date. Yes, by choice. 2025 is the year I pretend I'm not an incel. I have a few reasons why. The first one is I'm a single father of 2 aging parents. I have to take care of them. I have to make sure they're fed. I have to make sure they get their shots. They bank with Scotiabank. I don't, because you're richer than you think. It sounds like gaslighting to me. And it was for them. Their financial advisor gave them an envelope, and when they opened it, it was just a picture of me. But they use AI to make me look like a doctor. So, to be truthful, my mother, she's from Peru, and her dream was to own a house here. And basically, I'm making sure that dream doesn't die, because I'm pretty sure if we lose the house, I lose her. So, that's dark. So I pay for everything. I paid for the furnace, the new furnace, the new air conditioning, and Joe would know because I had to get my roof replaced. So he was there. That wasn't the real joke, but fuck it. And my dad, he's there. I love him, but he's kind of been like a thorn at my mother's side. To sum him up, he believes in colon cleanses and thinks online poker is fun for the whole family. So I love my dad, I'll never disrespect him, but he makes me racist. When he does stupid things, I'll just say, "Man, fuck Polish people." And you're like, that means you're half Polish. I'm like, that's right, fuck this half. Fuck Polish people. This is the part of the brain that does the bad decisions. So the second reason I'm not dating is I have a stalker who's been sexually harassing me. She literally lives a block away from here. Almost without fail, for months I would come here to do stand-up, and I'd get a text from her like, "Hey, you want to come over?" I'm like, "How the fuck do you know I'm here?" So I told her once, we did 2 dates, and I said, "Hey, I don't see a future here. We both deserve better," and that turned her on. So she hasn't left me alone since. And I feel bad because I wish I liked her. I really do wish I liked her, because she wants to get married and have kids, and I want to get married. I don't want to make more Polish people, okay? We did have I had an awkward experience. After months of not talking, I offered to be her friend. I've been offered so many times, but I offered to be her friend, and I meant it. And I came over, and she wouldn't let me leave. She cornered me. She was like, "You're not leaving until you eat my pussy."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I like to do this thing called role reversal. Like, what if I did that? What if I was like, you're not leaving until you eat my pussy? I know you're looking at me like, oh, Paul, like she offered you, you're like in a desert and she offered you water. And you didn't want it? I'm like, no, because no offense, but the water's from Hamilton. So. Thank you. What do I want to do now? Fuck it. We'll do a little bit of classic stuff. Not classic. So I'm in therapy. My last Zoom call with my therapist started off awkwardly with them turning off the lights in their room and opening up a bag of popcorn. I was like, you think I'm Netflix? Do I look like a Stranger Thing? Am I no Love on the Spectrum? I didn't want to talk to them, but I'm like, I paid them by the hour, so I told them, like, yeah, so I almost died last week. And they're like, ooh, yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, I almost got T-boned by a drunk driver. So I saw him crash, and I was like, well, I gotta stop and call 911. So I got out of my car, and I was full of so much adrenaline and fear because the 911 operator I picked up was a girl. And then she said, like, can you go up to the car and tell me what you see? And I went up to it and I said, oh, I see car balloons. She says, do you mean airbags? Every fucking time I talk to a girl. And she's like, oh, is the driver dead? And I said, no, but I wish I was. Okay. I'm going to be better. What is next? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. On YouTube, there's this video about a woman who has an orgasm every 7 to 10 seconds. Her condition's called Alleluia. I know what you're thinking. She's faking it. But I can tell you, I don't care. I don't care. The first time I watched the video, I only got through 30 seconds because by then I was done. But then I watched it with, on mute, and I could still hear her. Also, the captioning was there, so I got to read her story. She's just like, oh yeah, I've had this condition for 15 years, so every 10 seconds I. What comes after that? No, it does come after. Oh yeah, I like the idea of dating her, because I probably boost my self-confidence. Like I come home and be like, hey hon, I bought the latest Call of Duty. And all I hear is, Yeah, me too. I always take her out for dinner. Well, like we'll never eat in it. We'll always go out because I'll be like, hey hon, I'm gonna order for both of us. And someone is gonna say like, I'll have what she's having. And I'll always high-five them because I'll never get old. And I think I'll end it there. Thanks a lot, everyone. Give it for Joe.
Keep it going for Paul, everybody. Keep it going for Paul. All right, we're gonna keep it going now. Your next comic is Eva Eaton. Eva! Is Eva here? Eva, I don't think I've ever met you, but I think I've seen you in the audience. Just a quick question. Did I inspire you to do comedy?
100%.
Yes, thank you. Guys, put your hands together for my protege, Eva Eaton, everybody.
Okay, but I wasn't supposed to go this way.
Hey guys.
As you all know, this is so bright, this light. I mean, I'm old-ish, but not that old that I see the light yet. I mean, I just turned like 50 a little while ago, like 9 years. But, Jesus, fuck, this is bright. I need glasses. Anyways, so if I suck, I don't care because I've done it all day. I actually have because my basement's flooded. 1.5 inches all over the basement. That's what I've been doing. Yeah, I know I might bomb, but I'm German, so it comes natural. I'm happy to be here because I'm not home with my husband. Woo! I know, eh? He sucks, minus he's not sucking. No, my husband is like a really good loan that everybody needs, 100% interest free. Or like a classic car, worth money, but he's sure as hell his body needs some work. And he's definitely not my daily. You know, he's a 1960s model, I got a 93. So, I got a boyfriend. He sometimes still gets carded if he's old enough to purchase alcohol. Actually happens. I get carded too, though, if I'm old enough to get a senior's discount. It all works out, right? I mean, I've been through menopause, but it doesn't mean that I gave menopause. Thank you. His mother is worried that I could still get pregnant, right? It's like, I mean, I still produce eggs, but it's just because I got backyard chickens. And by the way, my boyfriend thinks I'm a perfect 10. He looked at my shoe size. Oh God, what else did I have? Oh, I'm kind of losing it. It's like, these are like my kind of regulars. Okay, I'll just go with that right now. It's like I have a daughter, she's 21 years old. 10 years younger than my boyfriend. And when she was little, she came up with really funny words. She had, pardon me, an auger, like a big well auger. Drove by it.
Get off the show.
And she called it a downhole grinder. And it's like, hey, it's like a downhole grinder. It's like, okay, makes sense, right? So now she's got other words, like ground tubes. What's that? Grass. Sun sponges. Solar cells. And the best one of them was a horse tornado. A merry-go-round. She self-diagnosed with ADOS, like attention deficit. Oh, shiny! Oh my God. I'm so losing it right now. Sometimes it's like really hard to stand up on stage and try to be funny. Right, it's like, I mean, like as a day job, I'm a graphic artist and it's a sitting job. So I thought, like, I stand up and sometimes I'm funny, so might as well try this shit, you know? Anyways, I think I'm just gonna call it for now. Thank you guys.
Guys, keep going, Marina! Guys, yes. Okay, also, please, I don't know Brian, as he's the only amateur here, but turn off your phones when you're at a comedy show.
Yeah, fuck you, Brian.
Like, whose phone? Was it your phone?
Yeah, that was Brian's phone.
Brendan.
Oh, Brendan, sorry. Like I said, I don't really know all of you guys yet, so I'm still getting to know you guys. But yeah, turn off your phones. And also, again, when you don't have something, it's not with Mike, just fucking bomb, bro. Just like, this is where you learn how to like really hate yourself. But you have to like learn how to like live in the bomb, or else you're not. This is where you get the reps in to feel like shit, but like not look like you're feeling like shit. So just enjoy. If you don't have anything, just stick to. This is my advice: stick to your time, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and just let it happen. You guys will get better. Trust me. I haven't, but you will. Speaking of bombing, this next guy is one of my closest friends. I've known him for a long time. I don't need to know more about him, but maybe you guys want to know something about him. We almost fought once, and it was close, but
Who won?
I mean, the internet won because it was just hilarious. Guys, put your hands together for the very funny, my buddy, my friend, Dan Brennan.
Give it up for Freddie Mercury, ladies and gentlemen. breaking in new teeth. That's fantastic. I can't really make fun of him for that because that's where I'm from. Yes. New teeth. Anyways, Joe Botello, let him hear it. Guys, oh my God, did you see the price of gas? Woo! Gas is so cheap. I drove here twice. I'm feeling my age these days. I'm feeling really old. I'm only 50. I use that term loosely, but it's just like I feel like every generation, like time, like things change so quickly. You know what I mean? That the world just doesn't make any sense to a man my age anymore. I was at a show the other night. A woman said to me after the show, she's like, "You can slip into my DMs." I don't know what the DMs are on a woman. And what I'm supposed to be slipping in there and how much, you know? It's tough. I feel like in 20 years, I could have a grandchild sitting on my knee and they'd be like blown away by the things I tell them. Like, a child would sit there and go, "Papa, that's me, I'm Papa." So Papa, is it true that cannabis used to be illegal? And I'd be like, "Yeah, for God's sakes, for most of my life, cannabis was illegal." And then the child will say, "Wow, that's crazy. I guess the guy who legalized weed, I guess he was a bit of a hero, wasn't he?" I was like, "Oh no, fuck no, we hated that guy." He was literally the most hated man in the country. And as children do, the child will say, "Why?" And I'll say, "Well, I don't know. I suppose in life, you either die the hero, or you live long enough to become the bad guy." And the child will say, "Is that the wisdom of Batman?" And I'll be like, "Yes, Alfred, that is the wisdom." Bassman, you've learned your teaching well. Back to the dojo with you, there's a war coming. No, speaking of war, we're on the verge of war. I don't know if you guys noticed that. We're going to go to war with the largest Army, Air Force, and Navy ever assembled. I guess this next election's really key to our survival, isn't it? Sounds to me like we don't get the right guy, anyways. I think there is an election coming up. I don't know if you noticed that. I would like everybody to go out and vote, because let's face it, no matter what happens, the future's bright. I just want to say this about the war, the impending war, the war that we're all about to be involved in. You know, Canada's been good to me. I wasn't born here. I was born in Belfast, Northern Ireland. They had a war there. That's why we left. And Canada's been good to me. I've enjoyed my life, you know? You don't get a big belly like this without enjoying your life. I've had it easy. So if I have to spend the next 30 years, that's generous, 15 years. 15 years of my life on the front lines defending this country, I'll fucking do it. I will do it. I'll be there. It'll be double hard on me because I'll have to hang out with young people, you know? I'll be in the trench and they'll all be vaping and shit, talking about Pokemon, and you know, and then eventually one night, after the sun goes down, things will turn a little serious. It's wartime, and they'll be talking about the girl or the guy that they're fighting for back home, their parents, their hockey team, and they'll be like, "Hey, Sarge, that's me, I'm Sarge." They'll be like, "Sarge, what are you fighting for?" And I'll be like, "You know, lads, at my age, you don't run towards things, you run away for them." I'm hoping we win this war so we can fucking erase the records of MasterCard and Visa. I'm here because of debt. And for my country because of debt. I'm a bit sad today, to be honest with you. I'm not in the best of moods. This is a true story. I was supposed to meet a woman here tonight. She was supposed to come to the show. We'd agreed it was like the plan we had. A woman I haven't seen in like 25 years, right? Like a woman from well, probably, God, it's closer to 35 now because we knew each other in high school. And like a half an hour before the show, she canceled. But that's not why I'm sad. My God, there's nothing romantic going on. Look at me. The reason I'm sad is because it brought up old memories. I'm going to tell you how I know this girl. This girl that I'm talking about, she was a top 5 hottie in our high school. Are we still allowed to use a term like that, right? And this is my most meaningful interaction with her. There was one day I was walking behind her as we walked through the cafeteria, And you know, we were joking, I was joking, because it's a high school situation, that's all I had. And she said something to me, and I don't know why I did this, but like I responded like a 1930s gangster, and I grabbed her shoulder pads, very popular at the time. And I went, oh, why you? And as I did that, she lost her footing, and her head hit off the fucking cafeteria floor. Like this, like, Kong! And the entire cafeteria stopped. A gaggle of girls showed up to pull her away to the nurse's office. I know this isn't true, but I felt like there was forked tongues and hissing going on in my direction. And I spent the rest of the day standing outside of the nurse's office just waiting to apologize, right? Real classic high school moment. Now fast forward like 20 years, and I'm in my home in Waterdown with my wife, and I'm reconnecting with this girl on Facebook, and my wife walks behind me, and she goes, who's that? And I'm like, and I told her the whole story. I told her all the story that I just told you, and she started to laugh, like she was on the floor laughing. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what made me sad, because as I remember it, that's the last good laugh we had in that marriage. And it got me thinking, I probably could have saved that marriage if I could have just found more women to push over. Violence against women to save the marriage is what I'm trying to advocate here, ladies and gentlemen. They say that tragedy plus time equals comedy. It's been my experience that if it's someone else's tragedy, you don't have to wait that long. And speaking of my experience, Viagra turned 28 years old last week. I don't know if you guys, that probably didn't hit your radar, trust me. One day you'll be like, oh, 50 years, can you believe it? I feel like if I'd have been on the team that launched Viagra, I would have like changed, like I would have been a bit of a different slogan, you know. It would have been Viagra, make sure you're getting laid. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep it over, Dan Brennan. Thank you. All right, just a reminder to everyone in the open mic, if you want a copy of your set, please go see the boys at the bar for a copy for only $10. Great quality, great sound. They always make great content here at Center for Talking Arts. Thank you. Also, t-shirts if you guys want a t-shirt. They gave me one for free. It's a 2XL, so it's like more money. They're like just threw this at me, and this you guys. I'm gonna put it on right now. I mean, let's see what it is. This is actually because I don't know if you guys are new here. I just I have dentures, so I'm trying to do comedy. I think shirtless comedy. You guys like shirtless comedy? Actually, what I used to do when I first started, like when I was at a show and I would be bombing, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna fucking love this. Hey, how's it going? I'm Portuguese and I want to fuck my wife. And yeah, I was still bombing the whole time. Somehow Bert Kreischer's a fucking multi-millionaire off of it, but I guess my nipples just look weird. I don't know. Anyways, guys, look at that shirt. Oh yeah, look at that. That way the eyes stay down here and not here. So. All right, your next comic. He's that fucking piece of shit whose phone went off during someone else's set. Very rude. Did you apologize to Eva? Did you?
She's not even here.
She's not even here. That's how much you fucking ruined her set. You. And then he got mad at me because I didn't know his name. Fuck you, bud. You are phone guy now. Brendan Greenwood. Guys, put your hands together for a piece of shit. Go on your phone. Never go to the bathroom. Make some noise. During the set, Brendan Greenwood.
How we doing, everybody? Woo! Give it up for Joe. Guys, if I could have your full attention, please. Please turn your phones off. It's very rude. Oh, man, I love that. That was fantastic. Give it up for Dan Brennan and all the other comics you've seen so far. I love comedy. One thing I've learned in comedy is that you shouldn't tell them the obvious, right? Because our crowds are smart. You don't have to say the obvious. So I was thinking, why did Dan say he got stood up? You know. Also, we Eva was here talking about how her basement was flooded. God, with that German accent, so was mine, you know what I'm saying? Are you guys aren't comics? No. You just doubled our audience. You're fucking amazing. you guys from Hamilton? You just stopping in?
Yeah.
Cool. You lived in Hamilton your whole life, or you're nice? Hamilton's a fucked up place, right? It's a little scary. On the way here, I was getting out of my car on the way to the show, and a guy just jumps out, starts beating his meat, and goes, "Hey, watch this!" So I was almost late. I gotta say though, no notes. Yeah, like he was really showing me why they call it the hammer. You know, he nailed it. Yeah, it's rough. It's a weird place. The area I'm from though, it's not as bad. I'm from the gay district of Hamilton. If you're not from Hamilton or you don't know where that is, it's Burlington. I know it's the gay district because of the way because of the decor, you know? Like Burlington has this nice little town square with a little park, and around the holidays they put up what they call the Festival of Lights, and it's 1,000,000 LEDs celebrating Christmas, and it's very quaint. And then Hamilton also has a town square with a little park, and around the holidays they decorate with like a bunch of tents. A little drab, I feel. But then again, I'm from Burlington, so yeah, I was raised in Burlington. I was raised by one religious parent and one mentally stable parent. Yeah, my dad was extremely Catholic growing up. My mom was an atheist, so I grew up an alcoholic. I thought I was going to be agnostic, but I was on the fence. Yeah, that's why I wrote that joke, was for that. No, growing up with like one religious parent was weird. It was a lot of back and forth, but I'll say that growing up, my favorite word was definitely Jesus. You know, just love some Jesus. And it's not because of his undeniably holy power and righteousness. It's not just that. It's also because my dad was the kind of Catholic that thought that Jesus was a bad word. You guys have religious parents? Anybody in here? Did you guys have like, you watch your tongue? You don't? Yeah, my dad's from England, if you're wondering why the accent. Yeah, like it's like they named their whole religion after this one guy, but it's a bad word. Like that's literally your mascot. You know? Because that's what Jesus is. He's just a mascot, guys. He's just a really good mascot, you know? Second only to Gritty. If you didn't get that, that's the only sports reference I'm able to make. So you're on your own. No, it's a mascot that you can't cheer for unless you're in a church, you know? If it's a home game, go ahead, cheer for him. They love it. But if you're outside, thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. That's how people used to talk. Back in the year 0 in Jerusalem. I'm gonna wait till no one's laughing. Yes! Fuck yes! To me, the fact that like thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain being a commandment, you know, one of the 10 God laws, like that, I think that's fucking hilarious because it sounds like Jesus just like called his dad one day, you know? He's just like, Dad! And Joseph's just like, hey, how can I help you, son? I said, Dad! Fuck off, Joe! Dad! They keep saying my name whenever they stub their toes, make them stop! So Dad, like a good father, is just like making the 10 Commandments, and he's just like, oh, and like, don't take my kid's name in vain, or whatever. It's a little sensitive. Yeah, Stupid. He was carving. There in snow. I'm gonna finish with one last thing about religion here, because that's where it's going. Because my parents were split, I didn't have to go to church, but what they settled on is I had to go to church camp. Anyone here ever been to church camp? No? It's fun. It's a lot. It's just like regular summer camp. You know, you go, you sing shitty songs, you like do summer activities, and you have your first sexual experience. Only difference is mine was with Christ. and he rocked my fucking world that night, let me tell you. Yeah, no, it's weird. There's a lot of songs, just like Sunday school, but throughout the whole week. And I remember I felt it was a bit dated, so I wanted to bring them up into the modern community, right? So I suggested to my church camp that they start a youth hip-hop group, right? And they liked it, so they put their little church spin on it, you know? They called it statutory rap. They're just trying to get kids out of crime and busting rhymes, you know? Off the streets and into the sheets. Music sheets. Guys, come on! It's not like they're pedophiles. They're rapists, and they take their rap career very seriously. Anyways, guys, I've been Brendan Greenway. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you. Aiden, I'm so sorry.
I gave him shit while you were gone. Guys, keep it going for Brendan. That was really good. I forgive you, buddy. That was awesome. All right, your next comic, I think it's, if I don't butcher your name, is Yoel. Yoel, I don't really know much about you, but you probably hate me, Yoel. What's your favorite thing about doing stand-up comedy?
I get to make fun of you.
Yes. All right, cool. I'm going to let him make fun of me. Guys, put your hands together for the very funny Yoel, everybody.
That's all my material on Joe, not much else. It's not much to work with, right? Yeah, dating's been difficult these days, especially interracial dating. I don't know if you guys have ever done that before. Kind of comes around where I mingle. Started dating this Italian girl, and she was cool. She brought me home to see her family, and surprisingly, her parents were cool. But her nonna took one look at me and saw Tootsie Roll she didn't want to unwrap. All right, it wasn't the best. She didn't say anything right away, right? We had to be at dinner first, and you know, Italians treat every meal like the Last Supper, right? A lot of food, a lot of wine, and a lot of betrayal. Right? So after about 7 gelatos and 7 courses, her nonna finally had enough. She slams her cup on the table and says, "Sylvia, why the fuck is this Sicilian sitting at my table?" Alright? She said, "I would rather you fucking Negro than a Sicilian." Then I said, "I got good news for you." So I fucked the nonna. That was after though. We had dessert. But her nonna was there too, her nonna. Right now, he said, "Anna, he's not a fucking Sicilian. He's a fucking eggplant." I said, "No, an eggplant's what I gave your granddaughter last night." Right? I'm more like an espresso. I'm dark, I'm strong, and I keep you up all night. We're not to find out the hard way, right? But then, that wasn't the worst part. I actually had to have her over at my house. And if you know anything about black families, having a white girl over for the first time to play with plutonium. Shit might melt down, right? And my mom was actually surprisingly cool about it at first, because she's just happy to see me with grandkids at some point in my life. But my dad is actually much more conservative. You have to understand that. I'm Eritrean, I'm East African, and Italians actually colonized our country. So it was very personal for him. He said, "Yo, are you sleeping with this girl?" I said, "Yes, I am." He's like, "Okay, the next time you fuck her, do it for your granddad." I said, easy, man. Because he was still alive, so we had a threesome. My dad would have joined it, but my mom was really strict, so that wasn't really going to happen. So we had to shut out. But yeah, that kind of turned me off to interracial dating. Not just for that, actually, specifically. There's other things I found that I can't get satisfied through those kinds of things. Because I need my woman to call me a real nigga. Like, she has to say it. She has to mean it. And for those of you who don't know, being a real nigga is like being a Super Saiyan for black people. It's like being knighted. That relates to, you know what I'm saying. It's like being knighted. Now, it's not that white woman can't do that for me. It's that they just tend to get their A's and R's mixed up. So, that's how that is. But into recent news, I don't know if you guys have seen, but Donald Trump recently declassified the JFK files. Have you guys seen that? you're a conspiracy nut, aren't you? Sit in your room, jerk off all day and watch JFK videos, huh? Do you masturbate to the explosion part, or do you, we'll get to
A little bit of everything.
a little bit of everything. You better be out of the way. But yeah, Trump recently declassified 60,000 files, and after all these documents, you finally know who actually killed John F. Kennedy. It was Diddy. He fucking did it. We all know he did it. And I don't think it stops there either. Diddy shot Lincoln. Diddy bomb Pearl Harbor. Diddy fake the moon landing. Diddy slap Chris Rock. That wasn't most, but that's fucking Diddy. Slap Drake too, but that's a different story. It's crazy motherfucker, man. Diddy does so much fucked up shit, we start calling him Adolf Diddler. Alright? Crazy shit. Recently, his lawyer dropped out of his case. He said, I cannot be a part of this case. This is the same lawyer who represented Osama bin Laden. You know how fucked up your case has to be for the guy representing Osama bin Laden to not want to represent you? This can only mean one thing. That he was behind 9/11. I'm not saying that he flew the plane, but he raped the guy who did. That, my friends, is a conspiracy theory. That's how you do it. No, but the person who actually killed JFK, though, you didn't need to release 60,000 files or documents to realize who did that. The easiest explanation, all the dick JFK was slinging, no one thought his wife shot him. You've all had a crazy girlfriend in our lives, man. And they would have assassinated us too if you were worth killing, so. That's a confession, it's not really a joke. Last thing here. Is it a disgrace that Justin Trudeau was the blackest prime minister we've ever had? No disagrees? Alright. I'm offended. Couldn't go darker? But I didn't really blame him as much, when I learned about it after, because if you know, him and his wife separated, and she started fucking Idris Elba, the second greatest black man behind Denzel Washington. And I guess, if you can't beat him, you gotta join him, right? So. Alright. That's what I'm saying, let's take it.
Good stuff, y'all. I haven't seen him around lately. I'm not sure about being his friend. I have a strict rule. 2 black guys is as many friends as I make with black people. Anything more than 2, I feel like I'm part of a gang, and then I'm gonna fucking run around. All right, cool. Cool. This is gonna be great. I should be the one bombing, not the comics. You guys having a good time?
Oh, yeah.
You guys love comedy, new to comedy, first time watching comedy?
Yeah, first time.
First time watching comedy, you picked an open mic? Very brave. Nice. Do you guys want to do stand-up?
No.
You know what? Why do you say it like that? Oh, we're not losers. I'm sorry, young, handsome brown boy. You don't like not being laid and talking about your dick for 10 years of the rest of your life? And pretty white friend? This is like a fucking Gap commercial. This seems casted. You guys just spit on the mic. But what do you do? What do you do, sir? Feel weird calling you sir. What do you do, little buddy? What do you do?
I'm a lifeguard.
You're a lifeguard? Where? In Hamilton?
Yeah, Hamilton City.
What pool do you?
Like all over.
All over? You probably saw me and my family.
Maybe, yeah.
I always have to lie because my daughter has seizures. She's epileptic, and I always go, she's just really cold. And I don't want to get involved with you guys. So you always have to lie when you have a session. What would you do about like a kid has a seizure? Have you ever had that?
Yeah, a couple times.
Couple times? Look, guys, a real bona fide hero here. Put your hands together for this guy. What's your name?
Joshua.
Joshua. Put your hands together for Joshua. Joshua, who is this? Is he a fireman, maybe? Fingers crossed.
Also a lifeguard.
You're also a lifeguard. Another hero, guys. Put your hands together. What's your name? Will. Do you guys remember me shirtless ever? No? In your pools?
I'm sure we remember.
Sure. All right. Cool. Look me up later on Instagram. Never fucked a hero before, but I will not. Anyways, guys, this has been going on too long. Me, not the. I think the next guy is Big Neil. Is that, am I?
Hello.
Are you Big Neil? All right, Big Neil, guys. I don't know what to expect, but if you're, who knows? But we got two heroes here. So if anything happens up here, these guys will give mouth to mouth to anyone that passes out. Put your hands together for Big Neil, everybody. Keep it going.
Hello, CFTA. My God. Beautiful night we have. You know, even though I haven't developed object permanence, a beautiful crowd we have. You know, I could have sworn there were chairs you guys were sitting in earlier. Anyways, I guess it's a mystery. My God, ain't that the truth? Anyways, I'm a busy guy. Lucky I made it out here tonight. I'm actually babysitting right now. Yeah, I left him at the house. Yep, and coincidentally, at the same time, I'm also rabid pitbull sitting. So I hope everything works out. Ain't that the truth? Oh my. Anyways, my lovely wife, she says the other day, you gotta stop talking in the past tense, she says to me. And I said, look, babe, I'm worked on it. Anyways. Hitchhiking. Anybody in the crowd picked up a hitchhiker lately? No? Was it fucking Bad Samaritan night? God, anyways. But that hitchhiking, I tell you, you never know what to expect with that hitchhiking. You know, every time I pick up a dark, looming, shadowy figure with an air of malevolence around him, you know, and malintention. You know, those are the guys that turn out to be, I have a nice, profound, thoughtful conversation, and we both leave better for it, you know? I tell you, it's those smiley, happy-go-lucky, grinning guys, you know? They'll have you 10 minutes later pulled over, fucking raped at gunpoint. You never know with that hitchhiking. Goes to show you, from my experience. Yeah, ain't that the truth? One thing about me, I was on the SWAT team. Yes, the SWAT team. But I like to pride myself, I like to believe that I was an ethical SWAT member. You know, instead of tear gassing protesters, I just cut onions nearby. Aha! Anyways, ain't that the truth? Does anybody else realize, these same people complaining about forest fires are the same ones that won't let you put out your cigarette on their kid? God, but ain't that the truth? One thing about everybody on my dad's side, on my father's side, the side of my father, they're all overweight, is the thing. All a bunch of fatties, on my dad's side. And that gets me worried, if I have a kid, what's the genetic pool looking like, It's a scary thing, it's like playing Polynesian roulette. Anyways, that isn't the truth. It reminds me, the other day I was skydiving, and my skydiving instructor, he decides to break it to me. He decides to open up about his attachment issues. I said, you couldn't have told me that on the plane. Ah! Thank you very much, CFTA. You guys have been so damn good.
Guys, keep it going for Big Deal. Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. Are you new to Hamilton?
Yes, yes.
Just the first time doing comedy in Hamilton?
No.
No, all right, good stuff though. Like it very much, guys. And we do this every Thursday. I won't pick on you guys every Thursday. Every Thursday here, and they have shows during the week as well. But yeah, please come out, have some fun. Yeah, come on, sign up. Maybe do live lifeguarding on. You ever do that? Like maybe you two guys kiss on stage? You know you're thinking it, right? Anyways, guys, the next comic, I seen him around. This guy, Dante, right? Good guy. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do up here. Put your hands together for Dante, everybody.
CFTA, make some noise. My name is Dante, or as my friends call me, Uncle Tom. Where did he go? He just ran away. Anyways, growing up, I felt like I was the only black guy that couldn't play basketball, which sucked because I grew up in Milton, where I was the only black guy. This one time, I walked into a sport check, and as soon as I walked through the front door, the lady at the front desk was like, "Sorry, we're out of basketballs." I'm here for a badminton racket. As I was saying, I grew up in Milton, and you know, in every town, there's that person that like does the thing, and everyone wants to outdo that person. You know, maybe some guy, he made it to the league, or some chick, she became some famous artist or something like that. But in Milton, that guy's Chris Hatfield. And he played guitar. In space. So like, how do you beat going to space, you know? I think the only way that I could beat that is if I prove that space is fake. Which it is, look it up. Google the firmament. Okay, no flat earth there. So you know, I'm trying to become more famous than Chris Hatfield, and every once in a while I will Google my name just to see how famous I've gotten. Right? So my full name is Dante Williams. So I'll go on Google, I'll type in my name, Dante Williams. And I had to go all the way to page 36 just to see someone who wasn't shot by the police. I told that joke one time, and then after a show, a lady came up to me. She's like, look, I Googled your name, it's true. And then the article says, Dante Williams fires rocket launcher at the police. It wasn't me, I swear. For a day job, I produce podcasts. And I recently started working on this new podcast for disability awareness. So the podcast has 3 hosts. One guy's blind, one guy has a crazy stutter, and the last guy, he's in an electric wheelchair, like he's like a quadriplegic, right? So we're like 7, 8 episodes in, and in the middle of the recording, the blind guy's like, Dante, I didn't know you were black. I'm like, that's fucked up, you're blind. Everything you see is black. Just the other day we were recording, and then one of the guys is like, can you Google what's the highest someone's fallen out of a plane and survived? So I Googled it. Turns out some Serbian lady in the 70s fell out of a plane 33,333 feet from the air, hit the ground, boom, and survived. And the article has said, injury sustained, broken ribs, broken face, missing teeth. Next line, recovery. She was able to walk again in 10 months. And then we all just looked to the guy in the wheelchair. And I'm like, man, all you did was dove into a pool. those guys are actually really cool. They put me on one of their shows, like a stand-up comedy show, at Comedy Bar Danforth. And for those of you that don't know, it's one of the only wheelchair accessible comedy clubs in Toronto. So, you know, they put me on the show, and the whole front row is just like a drive-in movie theater. Just all these different like wheelchairs and stuff like that. So I go up second after the host, and the host asks like, "Oh, do you guys like dark jokes?" And then they're like, "Woo!" So okay, noted. So then I go up after the host, and I'm like, "Oh, I heard you guys like dark jokes. This next joke I call Wesley Snipes." I don't even know if I want to do the joke, but I'll do the joke. Okay. Do you ever look up famous people that have the same birthday as you? Does anyone do that?
Yeah.
Well, you look up, who do you have? Who's someone interesting?
I couldn't find one, but there's someone like 2 days after me. That's all I can remember.
Well, when you look up these people, you're like, oh, they're super famous. I hope I have some of the same traits. Well, I share a birthday with Hitler. And every day I have the struggle of trying not to be Hitler. But Israel makes it so hard. So I do that joke, right? And then this guy like pulls up to me after this show. Pulls up on me like, you know, he drives up. And he's like, "Are you Jewish?" I'm like, "No." And then he's like, "Man, if I was sitting any closer, I would have gotten out of my wheelchair and I would have punched you." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not a hater, I'm a healer." Keep it going for Dante, everybody! That disability show, I actually hosted that first show that they did. It's wild though. It's not because I'm disabled. My daughter's autistic. They're like, "Oh, you know how it is. You're Portuguese. You're fucked." But it's wild though. It's like literally like fucking 50 wheelchairs. I've never felt better than any time in my life. I just felt so. I was like, "Oh god, I have a 4.5-inch dick and lots of foreskin," and I looked at these guys, I was like, "But I'm winning!" And then like 4 of them were like, "Oh, your daughter's autistic? Can we go out with her?" I'm like, this is not why I signed up for this show. But no, okay, all right guys, your next comic, I don't know who it is, Jamie, who's Jamie? Oh, Jamie right here. This guy you look like you have a real job, Jamie. What do you do, Jamie? Do you want? Communications. All these people with real high-paying jobs want to fucking lose money and time doing comedy. Listen, what happens? You end up trying to fuck 2 hot young lifeguards and lose all your teeth in comedy. I'm just saying, stay away from it, bud. Or maybe not. Maybe keep doing comedy. Guys, put your hands together for Mr. Jamie, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Joe. I think I saw your fight with Dan. I think it was on bumfights.com. Everybody remember that website? Jeez, that was a thing. So, you know, I've been making some positive changes in my life. I've been going to therapy. On my first session, my therapist said, "Hey, Jamie, I think we should start with some CBT." And I was like, "Thanks, but I'm more of a THC guy." But no, CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy. It's where you get to talk about your past traumas that influence who you are today, your thoughts and behaviors. Like the time in grade 6 when Francis invited the whole class to his birthday party, but didn't invite me. Like, he invited the teacher and even the kid who thought he was a cat. Like, he invited the kid who actually has, instead of trail mix, has meow mix in his lunchbox. Yeah, and I'm still talking about it 30 years later. I don't know if this happens to you if you're in therapy, is that like you start rambling for 45 minutes and then you just see the clock and you're just like, fuck it, I just need to cry just so I can get my money's worth because that shit's expensive. Home ownership is a big topic these days. I've given up on owning a home, but that doesn't stop me from watching Ontario real estate on all the socials. Like, I'm just so addicted to it. Where, like, I just get realtors now just, like, trying to sell me a Toronto condo that's only 300 square feet for $500,000. And I know, like, Anne Frank's walking in going, like, this is too tight. But you know what? Because I watch it on my phone knows me way too much, and the algorithm knows I can never afford a home. So now I have realtors in aisle 30 of Canadian Tire selling me a Coleman tent. And I'm just like, ooh, welcome. We've got this nice 6-person tent. You can sleep, you can entertain guests, and over here you've got a great view of Hamilton Harbor. But yeah, and you know what? I didn't buy the tent. And I know in 5 years I'm going to be at a dinner party going like, you know what? Really should have gone into that 2025 tent market. Yeah, I know. I've been reading that Generation Z has sort of like been changing up the wedding industry these days. Like before we used to go into, like we used to have destination weddings, like all inclusives, like in the Dominican Republic. And now the destination is Billy Bob's Party Barn and Slaughterhouse. Like, instead of being on a sandy beach, you're just walking a farm with like, trying to not like step on manure mines. And even the dance floor, you're not even dancing, you're just swatting mosquitoes and flies. Also, back in the day, we used to have Buck and Does, where you had a party to help finance the couple's wedding. Now they've set up betting and DraftKings Sportsbook at the ceremony. So of course I wanted to get into that action. So there I am during the ceremony, sweating the race between the flower girl and the ring bearer like it's like a ducky derby. Like, come on, man, get those knees up. And then the wedding guest lists have gotten like really, really small these days. Like you're not allowed a +1, and back in the day, like you could go single because there was plenty of other singles. Now I'm stuck with the couple who's been questioning their whole relationship that day and think that going with a threesome's gonna save it. And so I have Bob like just tapping me on the shoulder going like room 604, midnight. And I have no idea how I ended up in the cuck chair that night. Thanks, everybody.
Jamie! We got a couple more comments left. We actually have 2 spots if you guys want to sign up, where you guys do whatever you want. Very open, very cool, very chill. But 2 open spots if you guys want to try some comedy. Do you think you got some comedy in you? No? You guys gonna go meet up some chicks? Too scared to do comedy? All right. You guys do couples comedy as well. You guys think about signing up? We can do poems? No?
Maybe next week.
Next week? Do you promise next week maybe?
I promise.
If you come next week, I'll buy you a drink. And if you do comedy, I'll buy you a drink.
Deal.
Deal?
So that's 2 drinks, right? One for comedy, one for comedy?
Yeah, okay, I'll buy. Hey, bro, I'm a fucking big time roofer. I don't know if you know, we make a lot of money. But what was your name? Sorry. Trevor. So next week, guys, Trevor's going to be here, and he's going to do comedy, all right? Okay, your next comic, John, I will screw up your name even with real teeth. So put your hands together for John, everybody.
Hey, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm just like, what? All right. Yeah, so, it's like St. Patrick's Day just happened, right? It really grinds my gears how everybody has a day or a month, you know? The LGBTQ community, you know, they get 2 months out of the year. People don't know. Obviously, you get it in June, but it's also LGBTQ History Month in October. Really not fair. For like the 2 black people in the room, you guys got February. I don't know why you guys get the shortest month of the year. I feel like you guys had it much worse than the gay people. No offense. But what about like Chinese people? You know, we don't really have a day, even though we were brought over here to build the railroads. You know, for you guys that don't know, we actually do have a day. You guys call it Canada Day. We call it Humiliation Day. It's a great way for Canadians to hide more of their history, right? Yeah. If you guys don't know, in Toronto, there's a festival, but no fireworks, obviously. We made them though, so you know, I'll at least take them. For reparations' sake, I'll take free Via Rail tickets if that's okay. You know, Asian people do love to travel, so like, why not fund it as well? You know. Recently, I was in Thailand. Wasn't there for the ladyboys. It's okay. I was actually just traveling with my friends. Everybody I hang out with is usually taller than me. It's great because when you're in Asia, I kind of just blend in, and then these tall white folk, this one white person, one black person I was with, they just stick out like a sore thumb. However, with my one friend, we were just walking through, and we noticed that if we were in, I guess, highly dense areas, like if we were going to temples and shit, I would just have him walk up front, and he would just bulldoze his way through. You know. Hence we started calling him the bulldozer throughout the trip. But towards the end of the trip, we started seeing what happened in Toronto was the airplane coming in and falling over and falling. Maybe not falling. Planes don't fall. The planes crashed. Crashed at the terminal. Similarly to what I called my bulldozer when I needed help. Talk about clutch moments. I asked him to part the Red Sea for me, and then he just suddenly fell over like the plane. Yeah. I'm 29. I feel like I've been around for a lot of outbreaks. You know, so like SARS, H1N1, COVID, even measles is making a comeback somehow. But yeah, anybody here get their shots during COVID? Like I got 2 out of however many you're supposed to get. I don't actually know. But, you know, could you imagine being like 25 years from now, you're sitting in front of the TV and you're just watching, I don't know, fucking Jerry Springer or Maury, if that's still going to be around. And then at 3 a.m., this dusty ass commercial comes on and be like, did you get the COVID vaccine shot in 2020? You know, did you get a shot from Johnson & Johnson or from Pfizer? You could be entitled to a payout today. You know, dial 1-800 are bad, you know. You know, you remember, you, your friends, or your family could be entitled to a payout. That's 1-800 are bad. You know, yeah, yeah. I do work in the weed industry. Other than Jamie, anybody else here smoke weed? Yeah, great, right? But what you guys have to remember is that the weed industry is also still retail, right? Like unlike the Apple store where you deal with the people that can only afford Apple products, a lot of people can't afford weed, so I deal with a lot of different people, we'll say, you know? Like, in the cannabis industry, like, there's a lot of rules and regulations, you know? Like, for instance, can only carry up to 30 grams, or else it's trafficking, I suppose. Also, you're not allowed to bring kids into the store, but you're allowed to bring kids into the LCBO, you know? Make that make sense? Like I'll have customers come into the store, and my store's pet friendly, and they'll be with their like 14-year-old kid or whatever, and then they'll just tell the kid to stand outside but bring the dog in. I'm like, can't you just leave your dog with your 14-year-old daughter or son, you know? It seems like you're valuing your pets more than your kids, right? But yeah, and that really doesn't make sense to me either. But also, when certain customers come in and they're all nice and friendly, or they try to hit on you or whatever, and you kind of just don't know where to go with this because one, like, why are they doing this? Because they're giving you your whole life story, but then on top of that, it's like you're telling me that your father-in-law just died. I don't understand what's going on, you know. And like, I can't do anything about this. It's just like, I can't bring your father back. Like, what do you want from me, you know? But here's more weed. I'll be your therapist. Bye. Yeah. Yeah, but you know, again, I'm 30. Yeah, I was watching, what was it? I was watching Da Vinci Code the other day. Noticed that in the scene where they talk about the Last Supper, you know, it made me realize that like Jesus' greatest miracle is being able to have more than 12 friends be at a table when he's 30. You know, I can barely count the amount of friends that I have left in my hand. Like, you know? Yeah. But anyway, I just saw the light. My name's John. We'll bring Joe back up. Yeah.
All right. Couple more comics left. Your next guy, I fucking love this guy. I've been doing comedy ever since with him for the whole time. I just have nothing bad to say. I really fucking love this guy. One of my favorite people to be around. He has a podcast called Live at Dutch Hall. Check it out. It was on like 100 episodes. It's pretty good. But put your hands together for a very special treat, Mr. Pete Van Dyke, everybody.
Hey, thank you very much. Let's keep it going for Joe Botello. Hey, let's keep it going for Joe. Joe is one of my oldest friends in comedy. He's like my, he's not a friend. He's not just a friend. He's like a brother, right? Yeah. Joe is like my Portuguese comedy brother. Joe is like my gay Portuguese comedy brother. Joe is like my gay Portuguese comedy brother trapped in a loveless marriage to a beard while craving Arab swarthy balls on his chin. Joe, everyone. Keep it going for Joe. Joe, I think you need to lower your standards. You know, you'd never get these two gentlemen right here. Never. These guys are out of your league. Yeah. Go for Dan Brennan. He's more your speed. You could get Dan Brennan. Anyway. Hi, everybody. You guys, how long you guys been together? 5 years. 5 years. You live together? No. Oh, yeah. So you guys are in the real thick of it. You guys have committed. You guys have gotten to a point where you're not fucking enough, right? One of you guys think you should be doing more. The other one thinks it's okay. Have you had that fight? No. You do it enough. See, that means you're the one that wants to have that fight. Yeah. See? It's always that way. I was like, we never have a fight about having too much sex, do we, sir? No. It would be nice, you know. Maybe I would have a real job if I wasn't so busy making sweet love to you all the time. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't know. I could have said it to you. I said it right into his eyes. Did you see that? You know, maybe our kids wouldn't be so messed up if you spent more time raising them and less time sucking my dick, you know? These are fights we dream of. As you can probably tell, I'm divorced. I actually was like the most married guy ever. I married my high school sweetheart. She's actually still the first and only woman I've ever had sex with. Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else do that? Anyone else just quit at one? No, just Pete Van Dyke and Geese make that move. I never thought I would get divorced in a million years, you know. I fantasized about it, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think any guy that's been in a long enough relationship has fantasized about breaking up, you know. You see your friends go through a divorce and you're sad for them because it's sad, right? You don't like to see your buddies cry all the time. But like a PC is like fucking lucky bastard, you know. Like you don't have to be nagged ever, you know. You don't have to go to a pumpkin patch on a Saturday to buy dead corn to decorate your house, you know. You don't have to like go play couples pickleball or spend a whole afternoon trying to decide what fucking shade of beige will look best in the guest bedroom, you know? You don't have to get in shit for not putting a towel over a bath mat. Is that just me? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. That's only a girl thing. My bath mat, I'm a single man, right? Like divorced. My bath mat is a petri dish of just disgusting bacteria. She was really doing me a favor for all those years. When you get divorced and you didn't want to, you start to kind of question every move you made during your marriage, you know? And one of the things I think about is like, I'm old, right? Like I'm 51. And when you get older, your dick doesn't work as good as it used to for everyone. And so, like, I was sitting there thinking to myself, you know, if I was single and I was dating a strange woman, I would not want to go through the humiliation of her coming into contact with my half-hard cock, you know? It's embarrassing, right? I would take the dick pill. That's what I would do. But here I am, married to the love of my life, married to the woman of my dreams. And I'm making this poor girl huff and puff on some old wet bag of sand, trying to breathe life into it. Should have just taken the dick pills, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yep, what else? Well, you know, I like my women like I like my coffee. Strong, Colombian, and $10 for a bag. I like my women like I like my peanut butter. Chunky and all over my cock. You know? Those are just new ones. What else do I have for you lovely people? Oh, I used to be a banker. I lent money to farmers for a long time. And that was terrible. And I never liked it. They were just, it was awful. You know, I had to eventually quit because I was sick of telling people, I can't give you money because you don't have enough money for me to give you money. You know what I mean? If you had more money, I would give you all the money you wanted. And they would say, well, I have no money, that's why I need to borrow money. And we're like, well, that's the problem. I can only give it to you if you have more than you need, right? I had to eventually quit because it didn't make any fucking sense to me. So now I just do this. I tell dick jokes. Yeah. Joe's right. It ruined everything in my life. It's not even a quite... I started comedy as a happily married, wealthy man. Oh, there's no joke. Oh, jeez, man. That's so true. Anyways, what am I gonna end? I'll just end with something. What do you guys like? Like a dirty joke? How old are you?
20.
Both of you guys 20? Yeah. God damn it, eh? That's what it is. The confidence behind your eyes, eh? The hope. I can see hope that things are gonna work out okay, you know? You haven't been broken yet. But also, you know what it is? It gives you that confidence. It's that 20-year-old cock you got dangling between your legs. Yeah. You remember your 20-year-old cock? God damn, it was glorious, wasn't it? It was just like we were, you know? Young, energetic, eager to please, you know? You cold outside, it'll get nice and tight to the body for you, boss. I'll stay warm for you, you know? You want to have sex? Boom, I'm going to be there for you, boss. I won't last long, but I'll be back, you know? That's the kind of buddy your 20-year-old cock is, eh? He's a good friend. He's there for you. I'm 51 years old. It turns out my penis is also 51. Yeah, we share a birthday. And he's just like I am now. He doesn't give a fuck at all. You know, you cold outside, well, you're going to have a big cold dick, boss. You know, you want to have sex? Well, I'll give you enough so you can thumb it in. But we're going to need to take a couple breaks to get through this, you know? Yeah. Anyways, that's it. It's an old classic. It's an old classic. Anyways, thank you very much. I'm Pete Van Dyke.
Guys, keep it going for Pete Van Dyke. I love that man. Check him out live at the Dutch Hall. All right, your next comic. You guys just got here. This guy was talking about being a pedophile the whole time he was here.
conversation.
I
We
am.
were talking about pedophiles. My ADHD going.
Keep it down there. Keep it down. I got the mic. I'm not one of those kids you push around. I am like so excited to hear what he's gonna do up here. So guys, put your hands together for Robert Stevens, everybody.
Let's give it up to Joe. He was also mentioning he was a janitor before, right? Right, Joe?
Yep.
Ah, in the closet pedophile. There you go. I want to say thank you to the Center of the Talking Arts. You know, thankfully, it's not the center of Talking Heads, or we'd be burning this place or burning down this house. I guess I'm glad that there's people old enough to remember that band. You know, I was going to say I just had a bit of advice for you guys. So, you know, sometimes comedy, you know, there's jokes and then there's solid advice. So you guys save people, but my biggest advice for you guys is no one's coming to save you. So make sure that you know, you take care of yourself in your mid and late 20s. Alcoholism is where it's at. You know, there's people talk about like home owners or home ownership. You know, anyone a home owner here? So I was just wondering, like, how many like homosexuals do you own? How many homosexuals do you own?
Oh, just me.
Just you? Oh. Yeah, well, there you go. That joke went well. Like, you know, I'm surprised with the brothers in the house. Are they still here? Can you tell them that they're not allowed to own human beings? But I guess, you know, down south, they're starting to treat, like, homosexuals as not human beings, so I don't know. What's that? You know? You know, I've been experimenting with a bit of religious stuff lately, and been going to some of these churches, and like there's this one church I went to once, and they were like singing all this gospel stuff, but then like they're like pretending like they're praying, you know, reaching up to like God, but then it looks like they're doing like Nazi salutes, and I'm like, are these guys like the new Nazis? Are Christians the new Nazis? I don't know. I'm a bit crossed on that. What else? Yeah, so I went to McDonald's. Like, I like going to McDonald's because I'm fat. And I don't know if you could tell by my enormous butt chin with all the gook on my neck. But yeah, so sometimes, like, you know, my mid-30s have hit me. So, like, you know, when you have, like, too much mayo, you have to shit. And so, like, you know, I've just gotten to this point where, like, you know, I'll come back and I'll be like that milk hair and I'll be like, remake my sandwich. And I went to the drive-thru and they screwed me again. Like, you know, they put too much mayo on it. So I jerked off on the sandwich. And I brought it back and the person's like, well, you've been gone for like an hour and a half. Like what the fuck's going on here? You know, like, did you jerk off in the sandwich? And I was just like, no. These are very bright. Oh my goodness, I can't see anybody. What else here? But yeah. So, anyways, to support kind of like the church people that I've been going with, you know, since they're the new Nazis. You know, like I think I got like the Indian worker there in trouble, and you know, because it was like the third or fourth time, you know, and you know, like he ended up saying like, "There's nothing wrong with the sandwich," and then like he ate some of it. And, you know, I almost laughed a lot. And I was like, hey, you, don't eat that sandwich, that's full of cum. But it was actually kind of funny. And, you know, it's funny to see someone eat cum. But I guess, Gabby, you'll find out later tonight, I guess, like if your date's successful, you know. But just careful, because, like, the lipstick is not hiding that herpes sore. Especially you guys. You guys like, is that a fear of you guys, like giving mouth to mouth and getting like herpes?
Yeah, I haven't thought of it till then.
You know, you can get like some very serious diseases. You know. Don't kiss her later. But yeah, so the Indian guy got in trouble and he got fired, and you know, I feel like maybe I'm like, being brainwashed by like Christians to do like, white nationalist like duties. And like now I've like saved another, job for like, a Canadian or American. I don't know. Americans are coming up here, like we barely have jobs. Like I don't know. I don't get why they want to invade us. Do they want to also work at Tim Hortons? Are they jealous of like the Indians? Like we brought in like 1 million of them. Like I don't know. I think they're doing a great job. And before you guys judge me, my ex was Bengali, so what else? Anyone like shopping at Costco here? Who shops at Costco? Anyone? Well, everyone's from Hamilton here, so I guess everyone's like a bit poor. But yeah, I did the most adult thing that you could do at Costco. I bought a rotisserie chicken. Like they're fantastic, right? Oh, I got the late. I suck. It felt like 30 seconds. I usually last 30 seconds. That's an evolutionary trait, just to let you know. I don't know why I'm looking into your eyes when I say that. I last 30 seconds. But yeah, so I brought the chicken home and, I fucked it. Something about that chicken flap, the... And yeah, so I cut it up and then, to save some, because there's a lot of chicken there, right? It's I might be fat, but, I can't go through that much chicken all at once. Don't worry, I didn't eat any of the, where the cum was. But, next week I'll be hosting, I was talking with Joe earlier. I'll be hosting him and his family for dinner. And we're going to be having some chicken. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Talking Arts. Thank you, Joe.
Keep it going for Robert, everybody. Keep it going for Robert. You guys are doing so good. We got a couple more comics. You guys are doing so good. Thank you again. To the round of applause to the audience that's here listening to us. Thank you guys. You guys are great. All right, your next comic, I don't know who it is. It's an open mic. Who knows what the fuck's going to come out of this guy's mouth? Put your hands together for Sam, everybody.
So I got this one friend, right? Never done anything with his life. Been doing the same shit since we were kids. Just been sitting in his basement smoking weed. So I go over to talk to him one day. I'm like, listen, Ian, all right? You can't just be sitting here in your basement smoking weed, right? We're not kids anymore. Like, at some point you gotta grow up and start doing coke. Like, what are you doing? Are you fucking kidding me? It's embarrassing, man. Like, we're in Hamilton, it's a rite of passage, come on now. I had a racist moment, actually. My buddy and I, we were going out to the bar. Some of his buddies were going out. So we said, why don't we go with them? We'll all go together. I'm all for it. We show up. It's all black dudes. Immediately, I feel like the odd person out, right? I'm like, oh shit, I gotta impress these guys. Guy comes up to me, he goes, hey man, you ready for a good night out? You excited? And I go, most deaf, bro, we finna turn up. Yeah, immediately buddy just stops me and goes, dude, relax. We're listening to Creed here, like this isn't a serious thing. I'm like, oh shit, sorry man, I didn't mean anything by that, I was just nervous is all. He was cool with it, right? So I'm talking to him and night's going on, we're having a good time actually. At one point we actually end up singing the song, right? But I'm down to one last breath. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. You guys are Creed fans? I didn't expect that. I figured one last breath would be a touchy subject around here. Like, holy fuck. You guys are a pretty sexual crowd, eh? Yeah? I can't believe how many of you coming in here had ankle socks on. I was like, holy shit. Didn't know the Center for Talking Arts was just a cover for a fucking Diddy party. Like, I don't know what's going on here, man. But I got some pretty messed up sexual kinks myself, actually, eh? Yeah. Made me think a lot about where sexual kinks come from. Yeah, I did some research. Turns out sexual kinks come from experiences you've had as a child. Yeah, explains why I get bricked up every time I walk by a splash pad. It's tough, man. It really is. Tell you what though, knowing the link between sexual kinks and childhood has helped me tremendously with women. Right? Went on a date with this girl the other day. Ended up going back to her place, all because at the start of the date I said, "Who wants to go upseas?" Smashed. The one kink I don't get though is like the choking and the rough sex. Yeah, never really been into that. Something about like wrestling around, rough play as a kid, makes me want to have like, you know, rough sex as an adult. Yeah. Like I was with this one girl and she couldn't finish unless I put her in a full Nelson. I'm like, dude, what? It's crazy, man. It was awkward because like she'd do weird shit. Like instead of me wanting to call her like a whore or a slut, she wanted me to call her like brother. It was fucking super awkward, man, because like I'd be in the middle of the thing, or I'd be doing my thing, like, you know, I'm hip thrusting, right? I'm getting deep in there, or I'm getting mediocre in there, you know, I'm trying my best, right? I don't know how like awkward it is for you guys, but you know, saying it out loud was weird because I'd be like, "You like that, brother?" Who's my little brother? It's fucking weird, man. It was just super awkward. So like at the end, I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is fucked up. So I just had to tell her finally. I'm like, honestly, babe, this rough sex, like, I think you're better off just taking a dildo to a jiu-jitsu class. Like, I don't know what the fuck your problem is, man. Oh, it's brutal. All right, let's finish on a strong one here. Anybody in here ever been molested as a kid? No? Okay, let me rephrase that. Anybody in here got a handsy uncle, maybe? No? Okay. Because like stats say at least 3 out there gotta know what I'm talking about, right? A lot of you guys acting like you never played a game of touch football just without the ball. Like, come on, man. Makes you guys feel better though. I actually did get molested as a kid. There we go. You know what I'm talking about. Molestation. Yeah. My parents enrolled me in a martial arts class when I was a kid. We had the sensei, right? Gives all these wise teachings and sayings to go by. One of his most common phrases was to always expect the unexpected. Yeah, they molested me. Bit of a curveball. Because, you know, I thought I was, like, going to get taught the crane kick. Yeah. Turns out the crane kick is just doggy style. I'm like, holy shit, man. I didn't know the proper martial arts technique is to arch my back and put a sock in my mouth. I'm like, what the fuck? I was pretty hard on myself about it for a while because I was like, you know, just beating myself up constantly, right? Because I would be like, man, like, how did I not see that? Like, how did I not see that one coming? But it got a lot easier when I kind of thought about it more because I'm like, well, maybe he really did teach me after all because, I mean, I guess I did see him coming, so, fuck. Anyways, I don't know if that's 5 minutes, but that's all I wrote on this fucking sheet, so, cheers, guys.
Good job, Sam. All right, your next comic, we're going to keep it going. We're almost done. Your next comic, I haven't seen this guy in a while. I like this guy very much. He helped me awaken my sexuality. Put your hands together for Lawrence Stevens, everybody. Come on. Remember that night?
Oh, I remember it so well, Joe. But Joe, ladies and gentlemen, I am not here tonight as a comedian. I have taken a step back from comedy. Comedians are trash. You heard them. Hopeless people. I'm getting into motivational speaking. I'm here tonight as a life coach and motivational speaker. That's right. Thank you. And I'm hoping that I can, educate and maybe inspire just a few of you tonight. First of all, let's get pronouns out of the way. As a motivational speaker, my preferred pronoun is you. It's not about him or her. It's not about them. It's about you. And I mean you, not individually, not you, but you in the plural. Us. If that's a different pronoun. My point is, people, there is no me in team. There's no me in team. Well, there is an M. Okay, I see there's an M. There's an M. And there's an E. There's two E's, actually. But you know, this is figurative. This is figurative. A single person cannot team. You can't be there in Trump Tower saying, "Oh, President Trump, there's a single teaming protester out there." No, you've got to have a mass. You've got to have a big group to team. There's no me in team. No me in team. That's an English joke. I'm an English major. It's a different word. Anyway, no me in team. People, you have to live by principles. I've been trying to pay it forward. The other day, a woman in Tim Hortons paid for my coffee. In front of me, she was in front of me, she paid for my coffee. And I took that coffee and I left the Tim Hortons, and that money, I was able to pay it forward into the next month's account. Yeah. It's really helped me out. I was on the 403, another example, I was on the 403, this asshole cut me off. I did the adult thing. I sped up, weaved in and out of traffic trying to cut him off. It didn't happen, I wasn't able to do it, but I found some sucker later that day to cut off myself. You don't want to hold on to that negativity, just let it go. Let it go, just pay it forward, get rid of it. Don't worry about it, just do it. You've got to have goals in this life, you've got to have goals. I have been working on my bucket list. The number one item on my bucket list is a mop bucket. I have a mop, but without the bucket, it is very limited. You need that wringer to dry it out, and I don't know if you've ever tried to clean a mop in your sink or your bathtub. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I need that mop bucket. Number 2, ice bucket. That'd be handy. Number 3, garden bucket. One of those flexible kind of rubber garden buckets. Anyway, that's my bucket list. You've got to have goals. I hope to acquire all of these buckets before I die. Speaking of death, motivational speaker. Speaking of death, it looks like I'm not going to die the way that I had hoped when I was a young lad, which is to be eaten alive by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know, I thought we would be there by now. It just hasn't happened. And you get tripped up by the weirdest things, like the unexpected things. It turns out my Tyrannosaurus Rex, she just loves me too much. She'll eat other people. Oh, she will eat other people, but she won't eat me. And it's really given me the will to live. Honestly, it's given me the will to live. Unfortunately, the authorities are closing in. They're wondering about all the missing people that I've been feeding to my Tyrannosaurus Rex. So I don't know how much longer we have together, but happily, my second preferred way to die is murderous rampage riding on a T-Rex. We can make it happen, and if your dream is to die by being eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex, it's coming. Thanks, everyone.
Keep it going, everybody. Keep it going. All right, we're at the end of the night, guys. Thank you. Round of applause for everyone here right now. Give yourselves a round of applause for the center for Talking Arts, guys. A round of applause for my dentures we're just still in there. All right, guys, this is your last comic. I want a lot of noise, a lot of energy. You guys have been so good all night. Put your hands together for George Taraby.
I'm Arab, which is a statement, not a threat, believe me. But I'm Lebanese. Have you heard of Lebanon? It's the small country, and basically all other Arabs hate us for the same reason you guys hate Quebec. Because we speak French. So, do you know how unthreatening it is to be an Arab who speaks French? Like, what's your terrorist calling? You know what I mean? It's like, tu vas mourir, toi! Toi! It's fucking unscary, you know? But I was raised by a loving pair of parents. Like, my mom quit her job just to be with us all the time at home and care for us. And I went to university. I became an engineer. I did my master's in engineering. And then I grew up, like we all do. And I came to Canada because I wanted to be a Canadian. And I also quit engineering and I turned to filmmaking. So basically, my mom quit her job for nothing. Like, the one thing she could be proud of, my son is an engineer, not anymore. You know, oh, he came out of my vagina in Lebanon, not anymore. You know, like, I'm changing all of the things you worked on, I'm fucking changing them. Not one thing, I'll die like you made it. You know, like, 0 things you made. I mean, the only thing she'll probably have on her deathbed is her walking on me masturbating, but that's about fucking it. Like, that's all she has to retain from me as pride, you know? But I was raised Christian, and Christian is the Arabic word for we're gonna kill you. And you know, when you're Christian and you grow up in a minority, you know, you kind of disconnect because you don't want to die, you know? And coming here, I realized, you know, Canada has a lot of things in common with the Arab people. And I think you guys don't realize it. Like, much like Canada, you guys care about minorities. Like, you look for them. And you want to care for them, right? Also Arabs, they look for minorities, but they fucking sack them. Same, it's D-I, but die. They spell it die, you know, instead of D-I, it's D-I-E, you know, like die. Fuck, that was brilliant. I just came up with that. Anyway, I was raised Christian, but, you know, I disconnected from religion. And now that I'm a grown-up in a country that allows me to fucking read, you know, I'm rediscovering religion. Like, I'm reading the Bible again, believe it or not. And the more I read the fucking Bible, the more I realize that Jesus is a fucking psychopath. That guy fucking weirds me out every time I fucking read any passage in the Bible. I'm like, what, bro, why? Like, you know, like, Jesus has his own method of saying things. Like, for example, he never answers a question directly. He always has to take you on a ride with him, you know, like, yeah, you want an answer? Just hold on, let us chat, bro. And like, for this guy comes to him and he's wealthy and he goes, Lord, sire, or whatever the fuck they said. I'm like, I am wealthy, which first of all feels like a flex. You don't sayeth to the Lord what he has giveth you, you know? And he's like, Lord, I am wealthy, will I go to heaven? And what does Jesus fucking Christ do? He doesn't say no. He doesn't say yes. He just goes on a fucking tangent, like a fucking 3-hour speech of, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a fucking needle. He didn't say fucking, I added that. Than for you to go to heaven. And I'm reading that, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Just fucking give him an answer. And also I think he's a psychopath because he knows what he needs to do, but he always chooses to do it second. You know, like, they were on a boat. Apparently they wanted to go somewhere, and, you know, for like boys' weekend or whatever. You know, that shit was loaded with pussy, right? Not with the Lord. So yeah, Jesus was a bit odd with women. I see that, like, now, like, Jesus, fuck me. He's like, women, I forgive you. What, bitch? Like, so yeah, they decided they want to go on a boys' trip, and they said, Lord, come with us. And Jesus goes, no, you guys go ahead. And I'm like, how do these fucking guys don't have any more questions for him? Because how the fuck are you gonna follow? Like, he's, I'm gonna follow you guys. How the fuck are you gonna follow them? Uber? What? Blue jet flight? What the fuck are you talking about? And it's because, you know why? Because he fucking saw the, I don't know, like the news that night, and he knew what's gonna happen. So they get on the boat and they're traveling and they're, having a good time, eating shrimp, whatever. And they're chilling, and all of a sudden, a gust of wind breaks through the ocean and it starts rocking the boat left and right. We don't need you yet, wait. So it keeps rocking the boat left and right, and they got petrified and they're screaming, Lord Jesus. Oh, I don't know how they knew, but because Christ wasn't Christ then, he isn't christening, whatever the fuck. So they're like, Lord, save us. And what does Jesus do? He doesn't do the thing he's supposed to do first. He decides to appear walking on water. Look at me, guys. Look at this shit. Can you do this shit? I can do this shit. Can you do? Motherfucker, we know. All right, fucking calm the waters. And he goes, all right, the water is now calm. And Peter goes, Lord, is that you? And Jesus goes, what do you think? It's like, motherfucker, just answer the fucking question. We're dying here. And he goes, Lord, is that you? And Jesus goes, yes. And Peter goes, Lord, if that is you, say the word and I will walk towards you. And Jesus went, come, pussy. And Peter starts walking on water towards Christ, right? And he's, oh my God, and all of a sudden he realizes, I'm fucking walking on water, right? Because you're not supposed to do that as a human. And he gets petrified and his faith is shook. And he starts drowning. And then he pleads to the Lord, Jesus, please save me. And Jesus here, what a fucking asshole. Instead of encouraging him or lending him a hand, he does to me what I consider to be the biblical version of fuck you, because Peter is screaming, Lord, save me. And Jesus tells him, O ye of little faith. That was my time, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe.
Again, thank you so much. We do this every Thursday. I'll be here every Thursday. Please come back. Trevor, you're coming back for sure. 2 drinks. Well, 1 for sure if you come back. Guys, again, thank you so much. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you to the comments. Thank you for the Center Talking Arts. See you guys next week.